What's going on, everyone? As always, place your cross on first, no matter what's going on in your life. You know, seeking God first helps you out, even when time seems like it's standing still. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. We all heard the story of Moses and the people, children of Israel, coming from Egypt and going to the promised land. Something that could have easily taken no time, ended up taking 40 years. 40 years. Probably should have took 40 days. Now the thing is, most people they should have been there, right? They should have been at their destination, right? But you got to understand what was going on during that slow period. That 40 years of circling around, going in circles. You see, for some, it didn't end too well. But for a lot of them, that 40 years helped them get a head start. How did it help them get a head start? It weeded out a lot of bad seeds. You understand? You see, you can try to rush the process of your life. Like right now, the reason I'm thinking about this because I'm going to do a survey across the bay in Daphne, Alabama. And what would normally take 23 minutes to get there is turning out to take over an hour. And the thing is, it's not because I'm making it take an hour. It's because traffic is backed up, this and that. Sometimes things happen in your life that you feel should take only a matter of days or a year or a month would take longer than that, and it is out of your control. You know, in my life, I felt like I done been in a lot of circles. People didn't even told me, Houston, you're going in circles. You're going in circles. But if I didn't go in those circles that I went in, I would have learned a lot of things that I know now. And I don't regret it. You understand? I'm glad I went through what I went through. I'm glad I saw what I saw. I have no regrets. And the thing is, I think back, it's nothing I could have do to have changed it. I believe in destiny. I believe in fate. You understand? I really do. If God has a plan for you, you have to go with his plan. And his plan ain't got a 3-step process or a 3-year plan. Like, okay, I got a 2-year plan, or I got a 3-year plan. That's not how God works. His plan is according to your lifeline and however long he wants you to take to reach your destination. 40 years in the wilderness, 40 years. But you got to think about so much that was going on behind the scenes, like that you didn't know. Imagine what was going on in some of those places that he was preparing for them. You know, like, just think, like, you only see what's in front of you in regards to your path that you take with God. You only see what's in front of you. You only see the direction you're going. You don't know what's going on over there. I'm gonna just take music for myself, for example. Like, I may not know what God is planning at this studio or this and that or that and that to pave the way, to make the door open for me. You understand? Moving this person around, moving that person around, doing this and that. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. All you can do is trust in the meantime. You can't rush the process. I'm telling you, I've tried. Lord, why is this taking so long? It's going to take longer as I want it to take. You just got to accept it. Like this traffic jam, there's nothing I can do about it. At first I was like, man, this is taking forever. This is taking forever.
We found a faster route via US 90 East, US 98 East, which saves 5 minutes. If you prefer to stay on the current route, tap no thanks.
You see that map that just came on? There's a faster rate. It can save you 5 minutes. All right. It may save me 5 minutes. Now I got to go all the way this way, that way for 5 minutes. I just stay the course. You understand? No use to hurry. You understand? All this right there, and that's how things work in this world. No matter
Head
how hard
east.
you try, that's how it is. You know, I didn't heard people's success stories and things and that, and like things happen in the weirdest of ways. You know, you may think you headed forward in this direction, and then something happens and diverts your course, and then that diversion took you to where you're supposed to go. Take that 40-year diversion. But you just think about what went on in the 40 years inside the camp. Betrayal, laws were made, all this prep time for when they get to where they was going, they already know the rules and regulations. Think about that. They already know how to set up the city, how to set up the laws, how to set up the people. Even they had it planned out how they was going to divide the land, to which group, which tribe was going to get what, and this and that. So much had to come into play in order for that to happen. Just think about the bad apples. If they didn't get rid of those bad apples then, they would have affected them later. And a lot of times God is getting rid of bad apples in your life. Maybe even personal bad apples. Personal things that we
In
do
400
that God
feet,
wants
turn
to
right
stop.
onto South Washington
And it's
Avenue.
taking time to stop it. But you can't do nothing about it. Like, it's something I always focus on. All things work to the good of those that love God, those who are called according to his purpose. Just think about all the things Joseph went through to get to Pharaoh's house. To be an advisor, a personal advisor to Pharaoh. Had to be sold into slavery. Hated by his brothers and sisters. Sold into slavery. Left for dead. Picked up by a slave owner. Put into this house. Everything started going well in that house. Just when you think everything's going well, all of a sudden the wife of the person you're working for fell in love with you and lusting after you and wanted you to have sex with her, and you said hell no, and next thing you know, she accusing you, he's tried to sleep with me. So he gets kicked out. And not only did he get kicked out, he get thrown into prison for false accusations. But he kept the faith, he stayed strong. Then he in prison. He in jail. God shows him favor in jail. Puts him over the prison. Let's say he was a trustee, because he was trustworthy. He failed in one part. Then he get in there, he chilling. Don't tell her how long he been in jail. You understand? Two people come in there, Pharaoh's servants. One was the chef and one was something else. He told, they had dreams. Just like, I dreamed this dream. So he explained the two dreams to him. He explained the two dreams. Your dream basically means your head is going to be lifted off your shoulders, and your dream means you're going to be put back into your position. So the two men left jail. One man, as he said, head was lifted from his shoulders. The other man was replaced in his position, put back in his position. And yet still, but he told the man, he's like, don't forget about me, basically. So time passed by again. Time moves on. He's still in jail. He's still waiting patiently, stuck. Nothing he can do about it. Stuck in jail. Falsely accused. Helped two people out. Told them interpretations of the things. Little did he know that small interpretation of those dreams would lead him somewhere else. So be careful to entertain strangers. Knowing so, you may have entertained an angel unaware during your process. Hold conversation with people. Talk with people. Tell people things. You never know who might come back in your life and remember you for what you did. Not because you're trying to get help. Just because you're doing the right thing. He didn't charge them. He just did the right thing. But he said, just remember me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he wasn't expecting that remember me or was going to lead to what it led to. So along come Pharaoh, having terrible dreams. None of his sorcerers, his mystics, none of them could understand it. And all of a sudden, the man who he told is going to be his position is going to be restored to him. He's like, I know a man. It refreshed his memory. I know a man that is qualified for the job that you're seeking after. A man that told me so much. Go get him. So they cleaned Joseph up, put him in good apparel, brought him to Pharaoh, and he explained the dream to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh, he found favor in Pharaoh's eyes. This took a long time. It's not because he rushed it. He went with the flow. I say this to our people all the time. I'm going with the flow. Like people ask me, what are you going to do today? I don't even know what I'm going to do myself when I get off work. I really don't. I don't like to make promises I don't keep. Like it's certain things in my life as of late, I know when I'm going to go somewhere. Some things I just know. But some things I just don't know. Like every day is like a mystery to me. I don't know how the day's going to hold. My main intention is to make it home. You know, that's it. That's my main primary goal, to make it home and relax and chill and enjoy this weekend from my work. That's my main priority. Now, anything else, I don't really want to make no plans. I don't. I just don't like doing it. They never go to plans. Like I was like, okay, like I'm blessed so far with a company vehicle, and the vehicle been running hot for a while. So I was like, it's time to put it in the shop. You understand? So I had another company vehicle. I'm driving that now. But I was like, I'm going to go fishing tomorrow. Now, right when I decided to go fishing, I'm like, something just told me, hey, put this truck on hold for now. It can't go into the shop until Wednesday. So, okay, well, I'm like, well, I really don't want to load up everything into the car. You understand? I still can go. But it just, look at the details. Sometimes in your life, you got to look at the details. Like, maybe that's not what I want. You know, it's crazy, but it's worth it. You may not understand it, but it's worth it. A lot of people, like, take Judas, for example. God knew he was going to betray him the whole time. Jesus knew. And he just let him hang along for the ride because he had a purpose to fulfill. Same with people, places, and things in your life. Everything fulfills a purpose. There's not one thing that happens in your life that doesn't make sense to God. It all makes sense to him. It may not make sense to us, but it all makes sense to him. Houston, you're in traffic. You know, I left work at like 2:45. 2:45. I've been in traffic since 2:45. I work off Virginia Street. If anybody know where that is in Mobile. Work off Virginia Street. I saw that the traffic was backed up on the causeway, which is the bridge going across the bay. That's why they call it cross the bay. So I was like, well, I'm going to take the other route. So if I'm going to be stuck in traffic, I don't want to be stuck on a bridge. So I hit the route to Government Street to go the back route. And yet it's still backed up there too. Crazy, but I looked it up on my maps. Even though the way I'm going right now is going to take longer than if I hit the bridge, but it's like, well, it's going to take long anyway. I will enjoy the ride. That's how you need to look at it in your life. Just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the moments that seem like you want to be in a hurry, and then you got to be forced to stand still, move at a snail pace. Because I'm telling you, people, just think about what happened after that 40 years. Think about what happened after that 40 years. Things start moving fast. Cities start being established. They started becoming a powerhouse. Enemies started rising. All types of things started happening once they got to where they were supposed to go. A lot of people think they just slowed down after that. No, things kept moving fast. That 40 years was 40 years of rest. And a lot of people don't even see it that way. 40 years of rest in the wilderness to get to where you got to go. How was it 40 years of a rest? That 40 years, their clothes never deteriorated. They got fed by the Lord. They were guided by him. You understand? He was over them. And the people that went with the flow, They made it. But all the people that grew weary and got tired and get impatient, I'm tired of this. God, that's what started happening to them. They started fading off. They started dropping off. Earth swallowed up, destroyed some. Overeating, destroyed some. The Lord destroyed some with the sword. All because of their impatience. What's taking Moses so long to come down from the mountain? He should have been back. He should have been back. He should have been back. How do you know that? Not knowing that Moses was up there getting the 10 Commandments from the Lord, being ministered to by the Lord, being told all types of wonderful things for them. Because before he went up to the mountain, he gave them hey, God is going to set y'all up to be priests for me. And the people was like, amen, we down. Moses was gone for a few days. And guess what happened? They turned. In those few days, they couldn't wait the time. Moses never gave them a time frame. He said, I'll be back. Do you understand? Does it make sense? And God is like that with us. He wants to see how long you're going to keep the faith. Are you going to turn from the way because things are not going your way or things are going slow? But like I said, everybody who made it to the promised land, they benefited from that 40 years. And everybody who grew impatient and grew weary and fainted along the way and gave up on God and kept complaining and murmuring and all this stuff, ready to kill Moses, ready to overthrow him. All kind of stuff was going on. Just imagine what was going on in that 40 years. And then Moses, at the end of the 40 years, he didn't make it across. But maybe his job was done, but God wanted to show him, hey, that's it. So think about this in your life. It's not just about you. Imagine what you are setting. God is using you to set up for somebody else. You ever thought about that? If you put yourself on the back burner, he may be using you to set up the next generation. He started taking a notice of Joshua. Joshua took over. Well, Moses left off. That's the thing. You may not even reach the destination, but you will reach the destination. Just stay dedicated to it. Do you understand? That don't sound too assuring. Well, I'm gonna tell you what's assuring, knowing that you're gonna make it to heaven, whether you fulfill your earthly dream or not. That's the key. Don't rush it. If it's meant to be, it will be. Let it happen. You don't have to force nothing. You know, like you'll tell your kids something, be like, are you gonna get this for me? They ask you to get you something, you be like, I'm gonna think about it, but if I can get it, I'll get it for you. Right? That's all you say it. You didn't tell them when you was gonna get it, you said if everything works out just fine, I'll get it for you. But kids don't know, in regards to parents, what all parents have to go through when they say stuff like that. You know what's all kind of things going through a parent's head? Bills, this and that. Yeah, some parents gonna go out there and break their neck and make sure their kids get it. I'm not that type of parent. You know what? God is not that type of God. I'm just being real. He ain't finna break his neck. Trust me. If I told you, faith is the belief in things hoped for, things not seen. Right? So you got bills come up. This might happen. A car wreck. You might have a flat tire. This and that. Then the kids keep coming to you. Daddy. Or mommy. Are you still gonna... The more they keep asking, the more upset you're gonna get. And then all of a sudden you're just gonna break down and tell them it is what it is. You wanna know adult things? This is why. When I tell you wait. And Lord, the same way. You telling you to wait. This is why it ain't happening yet. But I'm not going to tell you anything. God ain't got to tell you nothing. Just wait on me. Wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. Wait patiently for the Lord. And he will give you the desires of your heart. Did it say rush the Lord? Did it say hurry up the Lord? Did it say Keep begging the Lord. Did it say any of those things? Learn from the wilderness. What happened in the wilderness? Learn from Joseph's story. Never ask for nothing. Never ask for nothing. Think about all the people that kept begging the Lord. We want meat. We want this. Think about it. Be patient. Think about it.